Chapter 29, The Spider. In the name of God, the gracious, the compassionate. A1, L30, M40. Did the people think that they will be left to say,
"We acknowledge,"
without being put to the test? While we had tested those before them, so that God would know those who are truthful and so that he would know the liars. Or did those who sin think that they would be ahead of us? Miserable indeed is their judgment. Whosoever looks forward to meeting God, then God's meeting will come. He is the hearer, the knowledgeable. Whosoever strives, then he is only striving for himself, for God is in no need of the world's. Those who acknowledged and promoted reforms, we will cancel their sins and we will reward them in the best for what they did. We instructed the human to be good to his parents. But if they strive to make you set up partners with me, then do not obey them. To me are all your destinies, and I will inform you of what you used to do. Those who acknowledged and promoted reforms, we will admit them with the righteous. Among the people are those who say,
"We acknowledge God."
But if he is harmed in the sake of God, he equates the persecution inflicted by the people with God's punishment. If a victory comes from your Lord, he says,
"We were with you."
Is God not fully aware of what is inside the chests of the worlds? God is fully aware of those who acknowledged, and he is fully aware of the hypocrites. Those who rejected said to those who acknowledged,
"Follow our path and we will carry your sins."
But they cannot carry anything from their sins, they are liars. They will carry their own burdens, as well as burdens with their burdens, and they will be asked on the day of resurrection regarding what they fabricated. We had sent Noah to his people, so he stayed with them 1,000 years less 50 calendar years. Then the flood took them while they were wicked. So we saved him and the people on the ship, and we made it a sign for the worlds. And Abraham, when he said to his people,
"Serve God and be aware of him, that is better for you if you knew. You are serving nothing but idols besides God, and you are creating fabrications. Those that you serve besides God do not possess for you any provisions, so seek with God the provision and serve him and be thankful to him you will return. If you reject, then nations before you have also rejected."
The messenger is only required to deliver clearly. Did they not observe how God initiates the creation, then he returns it? All that for God is easy to do. Say,
Roam the earth and observe how the creation was initiated. Then God will establish the final design. God is capable of all things. He will punish whom he wills and he will have mercy on whom he wills, and to him you will return. You will not be able to challenge this fact, on earth, or in the heavens, nor do you have besides God any ally or victor.
Those who rejected God's signs and in meeting him, they have forsaken my mercy, and they will have a painful retribution. But the only response from his people was their saying,
"Kill him, or burn him."
But God saved him from the fire. In this are signs for a people who acknowledge. He said,
"You have taken idols besides God in order to preserve some friendship among you in this worldly life. But then, on the day of resurrection, you will disown one another, and curse one another. Your destiny is hell, and you will have no victors."
Thus, Lot acknowledged with him and said,
"I am emigrating to my Lord. He is the noble, the wise."
We granted him Isaac and Jacob, and we made within his progeny the prophethood and the book. We gave him his reward in this world, and in the hereafter he is among the righteous. And Lot, when he said to his people,
"You commit a lewdness that no others in the world have done before. You sexually approach men, you commit highway robbery, and you bring all vice to your society."
But the only response from his people was to say,
"Bring us God's retribution, if you are being truthful."
He said,
My Lord, grant me victory over the wicked people.
When our messengers came to Abraham with good news, they then said,
We are to destroy the people of such a town, for its people have been wicked.
He said,
But Lot is in it.
They said,
We are fully aware of who is in it. We will save him and his family, except his wife, she is of those doomed.
Thus when our messengers came to Lot, they were mistreated, and he was embarrassed towards them. They said,
Do not fear, and do not be saddened. We will save you and your family, except for your wife, she is of those doomed. We will send down upon the people of this town an affliction from the sky, as a consequence of their wickedness.
We left remains of it, as a clear sign for a people who understand. To Midian was their brother Shu'ab. He said,
O my people, serve God, and seek the last day, and do not roam the earth corrupting.
But they denied him, thus the earthquake took them, they were then left dead in their homes. And Ad and Tamid. Much was made apparent to you from their dwellings. The devil had adorned their works in their eyes, thus he diverted them from the path, even though they could see. And Karun, and Pharaoh, and Haman, Moses went to them with clear proofs. But they became arrogant in the land, and they were not the first. We took each by his sins. Some of them we sent upon violent winds, some of them were taken by the scream, some of them we caused the earth to swallow, and some of them we drowned. God is not the one who wronged them, it is they who wronged themselves. The example of those who take allies besides God is like the spider, how it makes a home, and the less reliable home is the home of the spider, if they only knew. God knows that what they are calling on besides him is nothing. He is the noble, the wise. Such are the examples we cite for the people, but none reason except the knowledgeable. God created the heavens and the earth, with truth. In that is a sign for those who acknowledge. Recite what is inspired to you of the book, and hold the contact prayer, for the contact prayer prohibits evil and vice, and the remembrance of God is the greatest. God knows everything you do. Do not argue with the people of the book except in the best manner, except for those who are wicked amongst them, and say,
We acknowledge what was revealed to us and in what was revealed to you, and our God and your God is the same, to him we peacefully surrender.
Similarly, we have sent down to you the book. Thus, those whom we have given the book will acknowledge it. Also, some of your people will acknowledge it. The only ones who mock our signs are the ingrates. You were not reciting any book before this, nor were you writing one down by your hand. In that case, the doubters would have had reason. In fact, it is a clear revelation in the chests of those who have been given knowledge. It is only the wicked who doubt our signs. They said,
If only signs would come down to him from his Lord.
Say,
All signs are with God, and I am but a clear warner.
Is it not enough for them that we have sent down to you the book, being recited to them? In that is a mercy and a reminder for people who acknowledge. Say,
God is enough, as a witness between me and you. He knows what is in the heavens and the earth. As for those who acknowledge falsehood and reject God, they are the losers.
They hasten you for the retribution. If it were not for a predetermined appointment, the retribution would have come to them. It will come to them suddenly, when they do not expect. They hasten you for the retribution, while hell surrounds the ingrates. The day will come when the retribution overwhelms them, from above them and from beneath their feet, and we will say, Taste the results of what you used to do. O my servants who acknowledged, my earth is spacious, so serve only me. Every person will taste death, then to us you will be returned. Those who acknowledge and promote reforms, we will settle them in mansions in paradise, with rivers flowing beneath. Eternally they abide therein. Excellent is the reward for the workers. They are the ones who were patient, and put their trust in their Lord. Many a creature does not carry its provision, God provides for it, as well as for you. He is the hearer, the knowledgeable. If you ask them, who created the heavens and the earth, and put the sun and the moon in motion? They will say,
God.
Why then did they deviate? God expands the provision for whomever he chooses from among his servants, and withholds it. God is fully aware of all things. If you ask them, who sends down water from the sky, thus reviving the land after its death? They will say,
God.
Say,
Praise be to God.
but most of them do not understand. This worldly life is no more than fun and distraction, while the abode of the hereafter is the reality, if they only knew. When they ride on a ship, they call on God, devoting the system to him. But, as soon as he saves them to the shore, they set up partners. Let them reject what we have given them, and let them enjoy, for they will come to know. Have they not seen that we have established a safe territory, while all around them the people are in constant danger? Would they still acknowledge falsehood, and reject God's blessings? Who is more evil than one who fabricates lies and attributes them to God, or denies the truth when it comes to him? Is there not a place in hell for the ingrates? As for those who strive in our cause, we will guide them to our paths. For God is with the pious.